two, 1, 2, hello. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. Volume is very low. Why is the volume very low? What is happening here? Hello, hello, hello. 1, 2, 1, 2. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello? 1, 2, hello, hello. Audio, testing. Alright, cool. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm having a lot of audio problems with streaming. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I feel like I fix it, and then it gets broken again, and I'm not entirely sure why. Something to do with the webcam or something. I don't really know. At any rate, I'm doing a webcam this time and a separate mic, and well, I guess it's working for today, so that's cool. Alright, anyways, let's check out what we got again. Right, so we were finishing the model for this thing. Yeah, so this is a gas cylinder. When you shoot it, a jet of fire will shoot out, and the gas cylinder, we want it to fly around the room. So let's do that. I had a thought that it would be kind of nice if there was different functionality for when you shoot the body of it, where it'll fly around the room. But if you shoot the head, the little spigot right here, it'd be kind of nice if the entire thing just exploded immediately. So let's try to do that. So I'm looking at this thing, and I think it looks pretty good, but I feel this thing, the little nozzle, the little valve should be a little bit bigger. Make it more cartoon sized. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, looks great. Okay, let's combine all these objects together. Let's double check, make sure everything's moving around. Let's name it into gas cylinder. Okay, great, cool. Now let's look up reference pictures for how to do the textures. That's pretty good. Let's look at tall gas cylinders. Okay, they look pretty, there's not a lot of ornamentation on these things, but we can make them a little bit more colorful, I think. Okay. So one thing that I like is having like consistency between colors that are used. So what I would like is, since the gas cylinder is going to have very similar functionality to this thing, is to just grab this texture for the red pipe and just use it for the gas cylinder. And that will ensure that it uses the exact same color tone, and so everything remains nice and consistent. So let's find that texture. Textures wall. I think it was this one. Perfect. You know, if we're going to use the same color tone, I wonder if we can just use the same texture directly. Yeah, let's give that a try. This might be a mistake, but let's try it anyways. So we're going to grab these, separate them out. Do I want to do that? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so got that, and then we go to the UV editor. We open up the texture. Textures, walls, stripe, and okay. Let's try to UV texture this thing. UV texturing cylinders is always an interesting experience. I'll do that. Where was it? These two grid. Nope. All right, so I'm going to grab this texture and we're going to do that. Yeah, it looks okay. So I'm going to grab this, like that. And I was thinking this top part, it would be kind of nice if we could squeeze it into the yellow part. It might be kind of tricky. This might look bad. Like that. Well, I'm not super nuts about that, but let's just do it and see how it looks. Maybe it'll look fine in the game. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, let's just check it out. Okay, so that looks fine. Save it. And let's make a new texture for the valve. How should we do this? 64, 32. Bright red valve. And the other part is a nice copper pipe. That's a good copper color. Where are you? Okay. There. Okay, all right. Oh, actually, we need a texture for inside this hole right here. So we're going to make a little place for that right there, and we are going to do a little where is it? Go darker. Gradient hole, gradient. Go darker. Yeah, let's give that a try. This is really low resolution, but since this is such a small detail, and it's such a it's a part that the player won't like be staring at, so it's okay to be low res right here. Okay, so let's save that. Where's the folder? Models, objects, gas cylinder. We can call it valve. Okay. So for this one, we're going to get the texture, models, objects, gas cylinder, valve. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to grab these and okay, and then we're going to grab these faces, so hold right here and grab the projection and put it right on top. All right, that looks okay. One thing that I like to do is do a little bit of baked lighting into my objects. So for parts that, to help kind of differentiate, create a little more contrast between the parts. So we're going to grab those faces and move them in this darker part. That's a nice little stripe right there. Actually, let's just grab these faces also and move them in here. Great. Looks pretty good. So let's do this valve. Yeah, let's do the same thing. So we have a red. Let's make a darker red. What is the smart way of doing this? I know how to manually do it, but... So I want some of these faces to be dark, and some of them to be not dark. But how am I going to do this? Okay, everything's bright red. Let's make everything dark first. Oh no. I have a bug with this valve. For some reason, I forgot to make this a curved part also. Right now it's just straight, which is kind of not what we want. It's fine. At least it's consistent. So there'll be 4 straight ones and 4 wiggly ones. Okay. I'm okay with that. It adds character. Grab these faces. Okay. I think that looks pretty good. And this little bit is the last part. Why is it splitting it up? All right, there we go. Okay. Actually, we're going to make this top part also dark. Come on. There we go. Do that. Make this light. Great. Looks good. Let's reduce the contrast a little bit of between these red tones. It's a little bit too much. You want just a little bit. All right. Cool. That looks pretty good. I'm not super happy with this part. It would be nice with some like labels and stuff. But we can do that later. Pete the Goat asks, is there any reason you're trying to maximize the size of your UV islands rather than just scaling all verts to a 0, within a color section? Yeah, the engine seems to have some trouble with the lighting. well, there's some like visual artifacts when you smush things down into a extremely small area. So I try to make the thing as large as I possibly can, and the engine just likes it better that way. Okay, so let's write our little shader for this thing. So Doom 3 has a built-in shader system where you just write text files, and it's really it's pretty straightforward. What file am I looking for? Objects? Models. Okay, so the name of the shader we're making is called model objects gas cylinder valve. Tell it what diffuse map to use. Okay. All right. And oh, right. Let's export this thing. Export. Gas cylinder. Looks good. Okay, so we should be able to place down a test model, create model, objects, gas cylinder. Oh, got it. Awesome. Cool. We'll put it right there. All right, let's check it out. Let's see how it looks in the engine. Ha! That looks pretty good. Yeah. Kinda wish that I love this valve so much, but because of how high it is, you just can't see it now because it's directly at eye level. So I kind of want to I want to modify the art just so that the player can see the valve. Let's do that. So I modified an exporter for my models for the ASC format, but I kind of messed up in the exporter, and so every time you export it, it creates these dummy objects, which messes things up. So for now, I'm going to reload the model. That's a really annoying bug I introduced that I really should fix, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. Okay, so let's shorten this guy. 8 units down. Okay, let's try this out. Reload it. Cool. Oh, yes. I'm not. It's doing some like, what do you call it? Smoothing on the valve, which looks weird. On the pipe, it looks great. It's nice and it has a smooth shading that looks great for the pipe, but for the valve, it's not so good. let's try doing this flag. Yeah, let's check it out. That's not really any better. Oh well, that's fine. Let's just keep it the way it was. All right. Cool. We have a cool mesh now. Awesome. I love it. I love this thing. Let's commit our changes. Added gas cylinder model. Pete the Ghost suggests put the valve at 90 degrees angle so that it faces the player. That's a good idea. But I think this will work. I think this will work for now. But I do like that idea. It's a good solution. Dan200 asked, does Doom 3 still use the 1 unit equals 1 inch scale of earlier Quake engines? I have no idea. I've personally never used real life units in video games in general. I guess the stuff that I do just doesn't really go in that direction or need that information. So I just use whatever game units the game uses. Okay, so we made the model. It looks good. Now let's make the visual mesh. Sorry, the collision mesh. So we are going to make a tall cylinder that has 5 sides. And we're going to approximate the size of this mesh. Yeah, sure. That looks fine. Okay, so then we grab these. We want this to go to the 0, 0, 0 point. So what we can do is just modify the numbers directly here. There we go. And oops. Okay, so the collision mesh kind of, is what the game uses for its physics. It'll visually look like a gas cylinder, but physics-wise, it'll use this primitive shape. Let's say this gas cylinder underscore collision mesh. Before I go any further, let me double check the there's an exploding barrel in here somewhere, and I vaguely remember there's code for something in the code where like approximates a round shape. Let me see if I just imagined that or not. Special handling of the view model orientation roll system slides. Okay, so there's something going on here. What is this? Looking at an exploding barrel. Oh. Okay, so they're like manually rotating the barrel to make it look like it rolls whenever it moves around the world. Huh. Huh. Alright, well, we'll go back to that if we need it. For now, let's finish up this thing. Trying to remember, do we need to actually give this thing a texture or not? Let's just give it, let's give it the collision texture. Base, textures, common, collision. Save that. Export this. Guess RCM. Okay. Okay. Cool. All right, so let's make a game entity for this gas cylinder. In here. I'm trying to figure out what is the best class to give it. Movable. Well, let's just do this for now and see if it works. Movable gas cylinder. For people who use text editors, one trick that I'm really glad I learned was if you hold down Alt and Shift and then press the down key, you can then select multiple lines at the same time, which is more helpful than I thought it would be, because at least for the work that I do, you just sometimes need to edit multiple lines at the same time. Okay, so we have spawn class, model, include model. Well, I guess that's all we need. So theoretically, I should be able to... Uh-oh. What did I do wrong? Oh. There we go. Yeah. So, because it's an actual game entity now, we should be able to shoot it, and it should react to us. Yes. Oh. So, because it uses the same texture as this, and this is marked as a metal texture, right now the bullets are bouncing off of it and reflecting away. That's cute. Oh. It kind of would be nice if it rolled more. Oh, okay. So you saw right there, when it just kind of slid across the ground, it looks pretty weird. So I guess that's why in the exploding barrel code. Stop it. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, maybe we should use exploding barrel code. Pete the Goat asks, what the heck is going on with that carpet? Yeah, the carpet is something I worked on last night. I think I'm going to actually write a little post about how I did it, because I'm really happy with it. It uses the same technology that Shadow of the Colossus did for their for the fur of their creatures. And if you zoom in really hard, you will see that it is just layers, it is just flat planes with a texture on them. But when you look from afar, the layers all kind of look like little tufts of carpet. And you can use it for like fur or grass or whatever you want. But yeah, that is the carpet right now. Who is shooting me? Uh-oh. Alright. You know, let's try... let's see what happens if we just grab... if we just tell this to be an exploding barrel. Maybe I could just use the exploding barrel code since it's already there. Cylinder. Let's see what happens. Well. It's still sliding across the ground. I was hoping it would magically roll. Oh my god. Stop shooting me. The reason I'm a little bit leery about using the exploding barrel code is I don't really know what the exploding barrel does differently or what features it has. The code looks more complex than I kind of expected. Let's just take a look. Let's take a look at what exploding barrels do. Okay, so here's a think function. Only need to give the visual model an additional rotation of the physics one. Oh, okay. So this entire chunk of code. So pretty much the entire think function is just for making it rotate. If the barrel moved and the barrel is not aligned with the gravity. Okay. Spawn radius of the with vertical barrels under access point. Okay, so the exploding barrel has a light entity. I wonder what the light is for. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, so there's a barrel class, and then there's an exploding barrel class. Huh. Exploding barrel, exploding barrel. Okay, let's look at the exploding barrel think function. Oh, okay, so there's a burning state that it enters. I'm guessing when it burns for a while before it explodes. Stable, start burning. Stop burning, add particles. What is happening here? Add particles. Ooh. Oh, interesting. So before you do a radius damage, you want to hide itself. That's good to know. I did not know that. Actually, while I'm here, so yesterday I added a function where, actually let me just demo it for you. Okay, so you have these bullets, you can pick them up if you want, and it'll add to your ammo inventory. But what happens is if the bullet gets warm by a fire, smoke starts coming out, and then it explodes. But it looks like from the exploding barrel code that before you do a radius damage, you want to hide the object first. Cool. Good to note. Pete the Goat asks, how many layers is the carpet? I think it is 11 layers. Yeah, I think it's 11 layers. I think I could probably do less, but I think 11's good. Okay. All right, so we have some choices. I think what we're going to do is to make a new object in code specifically just for the gas cylinder, because there's more logic to it. If there was a very, very tiny amount of logic, then we could just shove it into an existing thing. But since we want to be able to shoot it, and then fire comes out of it, it flies around the room, the timer starts counting down, and then when the timer expires, the thing just explodes. So there's a fair amount of moving parts there that we need to do. So let's make a new code file. Okay. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. All right. I am back. All right, so we were going to make a new object. Let's copy this guy. What do we want to call this? called a flying barrel. That's descriptive. Sure. Alright, so we've got the files. Now we're going to add them to our project. Add existing item. Neo UXB BC flying barrel. Alright. Barrel, flying barrel. Okay, let's take a look at how id Software handled their barrels, and we'll work from there. So, okay, so they inherited off of id movable, and we will do the same thing. Id movable. Okay. All right. So first, let's just try to make this code compile. Ooh, why is this? Save, restore, spawn. Okay. Okay. It is unhappy about something. What? Not a class or struct name. Why? Why is that happening? Oh. Let's tell it to learn about that. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see if this compiles. Did not crash. That's good. Okay. So now that we have a class. Let's tell it to use that class. Oh no. Nothing showed up. Why is that? Why is that? All right, so let's look at the barrel code and see what we can get out of this. Barrel. Oh. Well, we got something appearing in the game. All right. In the chat, Tom W says, keystroke to learn, Command W, which enables multi-select. You can find all instances of a string in Visual Studio Code and change them all at once. Oh, how does that? Let me try that out. Command. Yeah, I can't quite seem to make it work. Control D. Yeah, I'd love to learn more about this. I can do some research to figure it out. I don't think I fully understand. Well, it's 11:10, so I think I'm going to call it a day. Thanks, y'all, for hanging out with me. Sorry for the audio problems at the beginning. I will try to figure out what's happening. I'll just use the same setup again, and hopefully it'll hold up. Yeah, thanks. We will continue with this barrel next time, and hopefully we'll get it flying around the room, or at least doing something. Cool. Thanks all for joining. I'll see you all next time. Bye.